You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Or die 3 times the hero in Dragon Ball's case. It gets a bit messy sometimes. Hey guys, MasakoX here, and I'm back with some more discussions. Sorry for the little absence, I've been travelling and busy working on the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, with Little Karibo of course. Be sure to check that out when it's released, I put a lot of work into it. Also, if you want to make sure that you see these discussions as soon as they come out, be sure to click the bell below, once you've subscribed of course. Right, let's get on with today's topic. As of now, we've had 2 episodes of the Universe Survival Arc unfold before us. And the biggest topic that is on everybody's lips right now is this. What up with them gods of destruction, man? I mean, that's all you guys seem to want to talk about. But one of the other things was concerning Goku and his personality shift in Super. And it's really come to light as of late. Now, it could be easy to just say, oh yeah, sure, Goku's turning evil, and the sky is purple, and everything's made of grapes. Yeah, just give me your views now. But I don't really want to do that, because that's just too simple. Not only that, but it's also kind of wrong. I actually feel like this shift in tone for Goku is fascinating, but it's also really uncomfortable if you're a Goku fan. Myself included. But to even insinuate that Goku's actions made him somewhat bad made people in the comments go insane in my last review of Super. Everybody went crazy thinking that I hated Goku as a character. Far from it. Even I have to question his motives sometimes. Being a person that makes Dragon Ball YouTube videos, you really need to kind of step back and actually look at the bigger picture sometimes. Goku's behavior has been extremely selfish. Having said that though, it's not big news, it's not unprecedented. Goku has been that way ever since we first met him 30 years ago. The majority of his battles with some of the show's most significant bad guys have resulted in him sparing his opponent in order for them to escape and then come back stronger later on. I mean, Frieza was the noteworthy exception, but even then Goku offered to spare his life. It's just that Frieza didn't choose to take it. Spare me my life. Sparing of characters wasn't Goku being nice or anything, it wasn't him wanting to give them a second chance or anything, it was all about allowing them to live, so that means he could become stronger in the process if they ever met up later on. It would be a repeat of the challenge for him to surpass again. Goku's not your typical hero. In fact, Goku wasn't intended to be a hero in the first place, at least according to Toriyama. The creator of Dragon Ball admits that himself in an interview with Wired Japan magazine back in 1997, once the run of Dragon Ball in terms of its manga had actually ended and GT was in full production and Toriyama really didn't have much to do with it as it was being made. He could pretty much talk about whatever he wanted. The context of the following statement is in relation to Jump Magazine's viewer suggestion system in terms of the popularity polls. It was a system where kids could write in on a postcard about ideas they have for their favourite series, and it might be taken up by the artists. Who knows? But Toriyama wasn't exactly enthused about this. In protest, he would actually do the opposite. And any characters that were considered to be quite popular by the fans, he would really not hesitate in killing them off. Toriyama is a guy who likes to write by the seat of his pants. This really does check out. But when the topic of the interview moves on to Goku, things get really interesting. Son Goku from Dragon Ball doesn't fight for the sake of others, but because he wants to fight against strong guys. So once Dragon Ball got animated, at any rate, I've always been dissatisfied with the righteous hero type portrayal they gave him. I guess I couldn't quite get them to grasp the elements of poison that slip in and out of sight among the shadows. So Toriyama didn't want Goku to be a hero like all the other shonen main characters in all the other series that were in Jump magazine at the time. But that last sentence he said was really compelling. Poison. Is Goku's mind poisoned or something? But by what though? What could it be? Could it be that Goku's Saiyan influences are returning to him and infecting his judgment or something? That head injury he sustained as a baby might have something to it, and its effects may be starting to wear off in places. All exacerbated by the passage of time. As of age 780, where we currently are in Super, the time of the Universal Survival Arc beginning, Goku has a chronological age of 44, with a physical age of 40, due to his various stints of being in the Room of Spirit and Time and him being dead. In Super, he is middle-aged, and now might be showing signs that his childish naivety is evolving into something more cantankerous. Perhaps his Saiyan influence and heritage is starting to creep back in again after many decades of it being in the background. A disregard for the consequences, no matter how significant, just so they can have a bit of a ding-dong. We're talking universal obliteration here, and Goku is not fazed. Much like how Saiyans revel in a good fight, it's a chance for him to fight his strongest enemies once again, and then find more enemies to fight, and get stronger even more so. That and fan demand, of course. Obviously, his enemies become popular in their own right, and they generate their own fan base, so keeping them in the show makes more sense. But what's gotten people in a right 2-8 about Goku in Super is that his character traits are more one-dimensional and have been amplified past 11. At one point or another, one of Goku's personality traits has been focused on, and that alone. In the Goku Black arc, all that we could really see about Goku was him forgetting stuff. It was raised to new levels of annoyance, at least in my eyes. And in this latest arc, Goku had no qualms whatsoever going to the Omni King, the king of everything, to ask about that little multiverse tournament that they were talking about 2 arcs ago. He just wanted that tournament to, in his own words, fight strong guys. And as a result, the penalty for losing is that your universe gets destroyed. Nay, 11 universes get destroyed. Even after he finds this out, Goku moves on to, okay, who do I gotta fight? No real remorse. I mean, he's a little shaken up at the very instant he finds out about this fact, but it doesn't last that long, maybe a few seconds. Gohan has to be the one to remind him of the true grave ramifications that his decision has made to all of creation. And even if the Super Dragon Balls are used and everybody's wished back and nothing ever happened, which I really hope doesn't happen, the decision that Goku made to make the multiverse tournament and people to die is still in the air. That is still a decision to take note of when it comes to Goku's character. Even after getting told off by Gohan, does Goku not really show signs of apology? He doesn't see what the fuss is all about. He's just basically saying, oh man, Beerus gave me a whole mouthful about that. Jeez, I don't see what the problem is. He just gets to fight tough people, and that's all he cares about. Goku's being written one-dimensionally, pure and simple. That's how the writers seem to work with Goku. That's just the way it is. It just seems to go from one thing to another, like, I forgot something! And then to, how do I count? And then to, I don't care about everything else, I want to fight strong guys! With the flick of a switch. Not much in the way of nuance. Then we get Beerus chewing out Goku. Beerus of all people, stating that Goku's naivety could be the one thing that destroys Universe 7 if they lose the Tournament of Power. That's a bold statement for us as the audience and the characters. Goku, the one man that has saved the universe many times from any kind of tyranny, albeit indirectly, could be the one that ultimately dooms it. To hear that from the god of destruction of all people, whose job is to destroy things. He is Lord Beerus the Destroyer, and he is actually somewhat scared of Goku's naivety. What's Goku's response to all that? Well, just continue to be stubborn, play mind games with Beerus, and ultimately trick him and Whis. All while looking extremely menacing while we're at it. Those aren't the looks or reactions of a true hero. Those are the actions of an anti-hero. An anti-hero, Masako? What are you talking about? Goku's a good guy, how could you say that? You're not a true fan of Dragon Ball, how dare you, get out! And my reaction to that will be, yeah, Goku is a good guy. He does care about people that he considers friends and companions like Chi-Chi and Gohan. He doesn't see them, though, as family, as we say in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He considers Chi-Chi to be that beautiful woman who lives in my house. He appreciates having friends like Bulma, but if they can fight alongside him and perhaps train with him, that's even better. It's all about the fighting with him. That youthful innocence that Goku had as a child really can't be used as an excuse anymore. He is 44. He is a guy in his 40s, and if he's not gonna change now, he's never gonna change. He's just going to get worse. Goku can't fall back on, oh, I don't know any better, I'm just a kid, ha 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 ha. No, You're a middle-aged man, and you really don't seem to know what you're doing. He has lived around Earthlings for decades now, and very little of it has actually seemed to go through into his brain, and he's not really adapted to it. And whatever has gone through really hasn't gone through, if you know what I mean. He only does those things begrudgingly and only because he has to. He gets no joy living the life of an Earthling. He only gets that from fighting people. That's what gets him going. Goku is flawed, and he may have been fighting on the side of good for a very long time, but how long could that last? Could something better come along that actually gives him what he wants all the time? I mean, at the end of Z, he was more than happy to pack off and go off with Oob and just say, "Oh well guys, I'm gonna go fight this guy now. See ya!" He can go not talking to people for years and go, "Oh hey, it's been a long time, huh?" He doesn't really care, it's just he states a fact. He's kind of obvious like that. Is Goku becoming a liability here? Or is this what Toriyama wanted for Goku in the first place? Now that Toriyama is the lauded creator of anime and manga, he's not really going to get any or very little pushback from Toei or Shueisha, the publishers of the manga for Super. He can do what he wants, and Toei will pretty much bend over backwards for it. But it's such a jarring change to us who grew up with Goku as a hero figure. The dub especially made Goku out to be a paragon for justice. He was on the same level as Superman in terms of goodness. He let people go to be nice and give them a second chance at life, being that one true hero that we all were familiar with from Saturday morning cartoons. That helped get Dragon Ball Z on the map here. It was a necessary evil. But the real Goku isn't like that at all. He is a Saiyan raised on Earth. Nature and nurture play a role here to make Goku who he is. He is an innocent kid who doesn't like doing mean things to people, but he is extremely selfish and chooses to fight people to get stronger and be damned with the consequences should they be bad to other people. If he can get what he wants, then that's what matters. He is a true Saiyan hybrid, albeit he's a full-blooded one. It'll be interesting to see how Funimation tackles this new Goku. Do they actually just stick to what they've already done and make Goku more of a hero? Or do they actually choose to follow Toriyama's trend and make Goku a much more complicated character? An anti-hero even? Could they be actually seeing Goku as more malevolent? I'd be very interested to see if they do that, because that would really see an evolution on how Funimation deals with dubs and is actually more faithful to the original source material, just out of their own desire to be. I will be really thrilled to see if they continue the trend the way the Japanese dub's going. So what do you guys think? Do you think Goku's becoming an anti-hero? Was he already one? Or do you think I'm just straight up wrong? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. And until then, catch you later.